Thank you for joining us once again in our third installment of the Feel Great series. Well, ever since we have kickstarted the whole Feel Great program, we have seen some really good momentum and some good growth on this Feel Great system, how it has changed their life and for people around them. And they will also bring their success in their personal life, in their own business, in their own growth. And we are seeing some really good growth so far. So we hope that with today's session, we can continue to propel, all right? You can use your creativity to continue to spur on, to make this good for you and for the people around you. All right, so we're really, really excited today. I hope you are as well. So let's just go into it. All right, so just to give a brief summary of what we have learned so far, if you were to tell a newcomer about Feel Great and you do not know what to say, all right, this tagline is all you need to start the conversation. It's all about having that one practice and two products to help you to get into that practice. We give you a huge step forward to where you want to be. All right. So as a summary for these 3 weeks, the very first week we have established the foundation of what Feel Great is all about. Okay, we talked about the benefits of fasting. Why do we need to fast? What do you gain from fasting? And what are the physiological changes that will happen as you fast? All right, so all that kind of stuff. And then we go into the principle, the methods of fasting, how to go about fasting, how you should eat. And we have also discussed about how 16-8 can cater to different people with different health needs. Okay, so I highly recommend for those who are new here today, welcome. I highly recommend those who are new to ensure that you at least listen to this recording, okay? Because this is going to be the main information that can really help you to understand everything else that we'll be discussing, okay? And of course, we talk about the importance of the products, how it works, what are the mechanics, and how it can really help you to gain the breakthrough that you need in your life, okay? So, well, Feel Great is great. It's a good foundation. We know that our body is more than just insulin, right? Good health is more than just insulin. There are stuff like our liver, our heart, okay? So many other organs in our body that creates thousands and thousands of chemical reactions, and they're all highly dependent on good nutrition. So the one thing about fasting is that it can lead us to malnutrition. So during the second series, Binda has done a really good job detailing to us how to go about it, what are the basic critical supplements that we should all have, at least to get this area well covered. All right. So after you learn these two, today we will go into another level. All right. We'll go to a higher level, and this will be more towards people who have targeted needs. All right. And individuals who would like to maximize and to elevate the quality of their life. Right. They want to see more specific changes and to experience a kind of difference in their life. All right. So this is what we're talking about today. Now, as we go into this topic, what is the reason? Okay, what are reasons that spur people to consume supplements? Have you ever thought about it? Why you eat supplements? Apart from just good health? You know, what makes people willing to invest money to consume this? Well, there are 3 main motivators. Okay, the first one is anti-aging. Well, as much as people say that age is just a number, but we all know that we cannot escape the reality in which our body will change with time. Even though I'm in my 30s, my body is just not the same like how it used to 10 years ago. Well, I can't sleep like how I used to. I can't stay up late. I can't eat everything I want. And I certainly can't move. And, you know, even though 30 is still not that old, but there are really differences as you feel. You know, it's just different. And the reality of aging is not something that everybody can accept. So we are all trying to delay it, okay? Or hopefully we can age gracefully as the time comes, right? And secondly is to improve body function. Okay, many of us, there are certain areas of our body that is just more vulnerable. So for some people, they will want to have a better heart, okay? That they want to have better brain function or joints, they want to move better. So people may take it to improve a particular body function. And the third one, I think is the most important one, right? It's about longevity. about living longer and reducing the disease risk? You ask me. Of course, everybody say that a long life is a blessing, right? But if you ask me, do you think a person who has a long life but suffer the last decade of his or her life having to manage a disease is a good thing? I have seen my grandmother firsthand. Okay, at the last few years, she really suffered due to her diabetes condition, and I'm like, I rather die early, rather than having to suffer, right, and to go through all these things. Then life will be meaningless. Let me tell you what is the best way? Is really like who? Queen Elizabeth. Seriously. Okay, even though it was recent, but it just made me wonder, how I wish, we are all looking forward for a life that we can live as fulfilling as her. She really lived a long life, fulfilling life without any disease. And I tried to find the root cause. Apparently, she died peacefully. No disease, man. Like nothing. She just died peacefully, except maybe out of a heartbreak. Okay, but that's not health related, right, directly. So this is what we all wish to have, that we can really enjoy our life here on earth and having the good health, okay, that enable us to live with purpose. So this is the main reason, okay, why we take supplements. So Queen Elizabeth is not the only person, okay, who put in the effort to stay in the game. There are many people, in fact, even though there are people who claim that they don't believe in supplements, but a lot of people consume it and they experience the difference it gives them, And they are not just layman people. A lot of well-known people do that, okay, such as Brad Pitt and Madonna, all right, and many other celebrities, frankly. Anybody you can think of, like Katy Perry, like Jennifer Aniston, right? How they can look like that. And Madonna, just so you know, she's 65 already this year, And her workout regime and her intensity of workout, I tell you, even a 20-year-old cannot keep up with her. And she's 65, man, and she performed like nobody's business. And she say she take bags of supplement, She's not the only person. A lot of them do that. And on days that she has to go on tour or she has to go back to back music shoots, she even go for IV drip, directly giving her vitamin B on it. And not just only that, okay, she said out of the many beverage that she take to increase her mental alertness, she actually takes yerba mate. Really, I'm surprised. And she said compared to cocoa drinks and all the teas and coffee, right? She said yerba mate is the one that can really give her that difference in the mental alertness. That really give her the stamina, and she dance like crazy routine. So she takes yerba mate. All right. And likewise to all the many Asian, many of them, different part of the world, they do take something extra, okay, which is supplements to help them to stay in shape and to manage the kind of crazy lifestyle that they have. All right. So these are the 5 things that will change as time passes. All right. Doesn't matter what age, eventually you will feel it. Okay. Firstly is your hormones, then your immunity, your skin, your sleep patterns, and then your bones, muscles, and joints. Okay, so we go into it in detail on how exactly it happens. Okay, so whenever we age, okay, when the clock ticks, our hormone will gradually decline. So your estrogen will drop, testosterone and your growth hormone, all these will decline for sure. And they will be at the lowest level, especially once you're in your 50s. Okay? And once this happens, a cascade of things will occur. So one of those things is your immunity. So how? First of all, a person who have lower hormones, it will also induce your body to produce less immune cell. Okay, as you age, your body just don't produce so much white blood cell. So as a result, you can't fight infections so effectively. In fact, you are more vulnerable to infections and the worsening of a condition, and you don't respond well to treatments. Okay, so this is one of a plight of somebody who is aging. And definitely your skin, unfortunately, beauty is not forever. Okay, the collagen fibers in your skin will disintegrate, you'll be loose, and you will eventually sink and collapse. Right? So your skin will be thinner, you lose the elasticity, and you will sag. Right? So this is unfortunately an effect of aging. and the sleep hormone will also decrease. So this is the reason why people complain and they say, oh, I can't sleep at night, and they say, is it, really just an age thing? But in reality, there are really physical changes. Your body don't produce sleep hormone as much. Hence, you don't sleep the deep sleep as well, and you wake up earlier, right? And not to mention, of course, your bones, your muscle will be weak and you'll be more prone to accidents, fracture. And the scary thing is you don't recover 100%. Okay? This is a scary thing to accept. So this is where Unicity comes in with Enjuvenate. It's a product that's specially designed with 7 ingredients, each of them working synergistically to help us achieve this one thing. To support our body's physical, hormonal, and mental changes during the aging process. Okay, so if you take this earlier, you can prolong the effect of aging earlier. Okay, so the main thing is together they work to help us endure and to pass through the natural effects of aging a lot more easily. So how does it work? Okay, hormone, of course, is the key thing here. All right. So, okay, the concept about anti-aging did not just start in recent years, okay, like 10 or 20 years ago. In fact, women since back in the day, okay, centuries ago during the Japanese time, the geisha, all right, they're really into making their own face very clear and bright. So they use a lot of rice bran. So you notice that, hey, how come these women, they use rice bran to wash their hands and all that? They really have better skin. All right, and they find that actually this rice bran, when you extract their oil, it has a very strong potent effect on anti-aging capacity. All right, and it's the reason why they are so youthful looking. So because of how well known its effects are, scientists want to derive this technology and to extend it to the physical body. How, if we consume it, what effect is going to give it to us? So there's this particular active ingredient known as gamma or xanol, okay, extracted rice bran. It beneficially regulates hormone levels, all right, and it may help in managing aging-related symptoms. All right, can help a person to age better. You don't feel the after effects of menopause so strongly. And on top of that, we have other ingredients to also help to support rice bran. So both of these, Tribulus and Maca, they are really well known in the nutrition industry to be very good in managing hormone-related issues. Okay, they've been used for thousands of years in medicine. Chinese medicine, Ayurveda, okay, everybody uses both of these. So, okay, it's a natural remedy for fertility, libido, and hormonal balance. So Maca, okay, even though some people think that it's more of a guy-related hormone, but actually Maca help for both male and female, all right? And they find that if female takes it, it can also help to alleviate some of the menopausal symptoms, such as hot flashes and interrupted sleep. All right, of course, for men also have similar effect, all right? And the unique thing about Tribulus, okay, it is also studied, actually female also benefit from Tribulus, but since I've talked about something for female, I will focus more on male on Tribulus, all right? It benefits male health, it's a mood enhancer, it gives you energy and stamina, and it helps in blood circulation. So both of these are beneficial, and especially when you're going through that decline of hormones, all right? So they are a great combination. So hormones is obviously one key area of aging, but it's not the entirety of aging. All right, as we have learned, there are so many other components that affect a person as they age, right? So one of these things is your connection, okay, your brain capacity, you don't recall things so well, all right, there will be a decline, your sleep, and of course, your youthfulness, right? This is the one thing that will decline with time. So Enjuvenate also manages this other aspect of aging, okay, because as hormone level drops, your mood will be definitely, you're not so patient anymore, you're more irritable, you have poorer sleep, your muscle tend to break down, and you have memory decline. So it helps to manage this area with 4 other ingredients. I didn't include because it's very scientific, but basically they're like GABA, ornithine, okay, glutamine. Okay, these are things that are actually pretty potent, all right, as in food nature. Okay, one of the key things that it has is it can increase the serotonin and dopamine levels. Because GABA, right, and all these things that we specifically use are on the stronger side of supplements. Okay, they do induce serotonin level pretty quick. Okay, it's not so much of the indirect way, like some they use a more indirect in their milder, but actually taking this is pretty strong. Okay, it directly increases the neurotransmitter in your brain. So this is the reason why many people when they take Enjuvenate, they say that they feel very calm, right? They feel relaxed, and they also feel happier. They feel that they have a better handle of their emotions. And why? Because it does help to regulate the neurotransmitter in your brain. Okay, and the best thing is that you feel young again. It gives you that feeling of youthfulness that, hey, even though I'm going through this, but I still have a youthful mind. All right. So on top of that, with this unique composition, okay, that's found in Enjuvenate, is also able to promote relaxation and deep sleep. This is going to be very helpful for those who struggle with sleep problems, all right? And I'm sure those who have tried, right? Once you take it, you have that sensation and you just feel like to sleep right away. So it's great in this area. And it is also very useful for individuals, especially aging, that you have problems with your muscle mass and bone mass. Because of ornithine, glutamine, okay, they do help to preserve those parts as well. Okay, better circulation, all right, blood circulation and memory recall. Okay, so this Enjuvenate really is targeted to ensure that a person age well. So the next part I want to talk about is this. Another very important aspect, okay, because clearly, nobody want to age this way, lah. Correct or not? Nobody want to be like this, right? I'm sure everybody want to stay this as long as possible. So what is your outcome? What outcome you choose in your life? Okay, so this is where core health plays a very important role. All right, it's one of the top grade multivitamin that can give us well-rounded protection. That it really help to fill in this gap to increase our overall health. So when aging occurs, as we have learned, okay, our body will produce less immune cells. And our body will be a lot more prone to infections and it will worsen our condition. This is a fact. So study shows, interestingly, individuals who are on supplements can also have immune system to be as active and as vibrant of those who are of a younger subject. So ladies and gentlemen, not all hope is lost. Okay, doesn't mean that if you are of a certain age, it means that, you are weak and all. No, right? In fact, study shows that it can help you to preserve a youthful immune system. In order for you to achieve that, there are conditions. All right, so you have to make sure that you have complete nutrition support, vitamin, minerals, and trace elements as well. So all this can be found completely in Core Health. Okay, so how does it work? So Core Health contains extract from 41 plants. All right, 41 plants, man. There's a lot. And on top of that, it is designed to be taken at different times to give you precise absorption rate, appropriate nutrients for best performance. So it's studied to really give you that maximum absorption so that you can enjoy its full benefits. And on top of that, we also add polyphenols, and it's a very robust area of science now because they're seeing a link of these polyphenols towards longevity science. So quercetin is one of the components that's being studied right now. And on top of that, we also have the genome aspect of it. So if you have attended my session on sirtuins, on anti-aging on a genetic level, so Core Health has components that really help to directly influence those components and to give us positive gene expression. So it's fantastic. All right. So just looking at this supplement fact itself, you can already tell that it's a very impressive formula. Okay. Really like nothing I've seen before. So just on one tablet, you can see there's a specific tablet just on your genome, There's vitamin K, iodine, and all this, okay, hesperidine. And there's a unique phyto blend that is so specifically done that it can give you that kind of effect. So this is really the best of the best. And you have very specially made for your day use and also for your night use. Okay, so CoHealth really, I encourage for those who can, please go on it. All right. So of course, that is the premium range, that's top of the range multivitamin. Okay, if you can go for it, it's the best. But there are countries who do not have access to CoHealth. All right, so we have another alternative for that as well. So this is where DP24 comes in, and it's also a pretty good formula. Right, it has 12 fruits and 12 vegetables. It's high in nutrients and plant pigments. So I want to share a bit more on how we extract this and what makes us different. So we ensure that all these plants are being grown on rich soil, all right? And it is harvested at peak maturation, at that very specific point of maturation that it has the most nutrient. And that is the best time for you to harvest. Not only that, okay, we also make sure that we pulp it gently in such a way that we retain all the nutrients, and then the liquid is gently flash dried, okay, with minimum heat, okay, and done it very quickly so that we can minimize the damage to nutrients. So it is as close as whole food as you could imagine, all right? And because of that, it provides excellent protection against oxidative damage, and it can boost your immune function. So for those who can't, this is also a great alternative. All right, so we have talked extensively about supplements and how Unicity truly can help to bridge the gap. So supplements indeed is great, and everybody should be on it. But supplements, if you can combine it with certain lifestyle practices or certain habits, you can in fact maximize and boost the overall effect of supplements to your health. All right, so let's see further. So why is it that we should fast? Because fast allows your body to rest. Naturally, as you sleep, your body organs will rest. All right, and then but how long we sleep? We only sleep for like what, 8 hours or something like that, 7. So that's not enough. So whenever we don't eat, our body are not stimulated. So because of that, it allows our organs to rejuvenate, to rest, so that it can serve us better in the long run. So on top of that, fasting activates cell detox. So if you can see here, this is an image of a cell being able to remove. These are all toxins actually. Toxins and unwanted protein materials. It can be, disintegrated and removed from the cell. So the main purpose is to remove damaged and toxic, harmful components from the cell. But you may ask me, Claudia, this all seems very scientific. I don't see how this can relate to me, and I don't think it's important. Now, what if I give you this illustration? Imagine your body being like this vacuum cleaner, all right? And the illustration is like this. If you can have the best, vacuum cleaner, but if it's filled with dust, with dirt, you will not be able to extract or to absorb any dirt, right? It's like useless. So in order for you to use this vacuum cleaner, obviously you have to dispose of all the dirt so that it's able to function as it should. So that's the thing about fasting, right? The detox process. However, just relying on this, but your suction is not working well, your wheels are not moving as it should, then it is also useless, right? You won't be able to extract whatever dirt you need on the floor. So supplements play in such a way that if you have if you have oiled your wheel very well, if you have replaced your suction, frequently, then you'll be able to have a well-rounded machine that can help you to do wonders for your home. It can perform its job as it should and give you a perfect clean house because it is functioning well. So this is an illustration of how both of them work together. All right. So this is more of like a layman example to understand how it works. So going back to science, okay, this is the scientific illustration of what an accumulation of toxin does to our cell. All right. So if you look at this picture, you know already that this cell just looks degenerated, and there's just DNA accumulation happening. And obviously, this cell is not in good shape. So this happens to every one of us as we age. All right. Okay. So as we age, toxin will build up. All right. And this is true. It's not just, I'm not just using the vacuum cleaner as illustration. There are actually real scientific facts that back it up. All right. All damaged cells have to be removed. Only new cells can regenerate. Right? Without it, it's very pointless. You won't be able to get that new youthful cell. So naturally, we all have this detox mechanism in us, inbuilt in our body. But because due to time, and lifestyle factors and things like that, this natural inbuilt detox system has slowed down. So in order for us to speed it up and to just boost this effect, this is when fasting together with supplement can really help to boost this effect. So many studies link this to a longer lifespan. You have decreased disease risk and an overall elevated effect of youthfulness. Okay, so just to bring everything into this summary, a brief discussion on intermittent fasting. So basically the concept is like that. You can either use 16-8 or 4-12. Yeah, and the theory is very simple. Because you eat lesser, you don't take so much calories in. And if we trace back to human history, people only eat 1 to 2 meals a day. Those are back in the day, okay? We don't eat so much. And this is supposedly how our body should be, as it is. So as we go into intermittent fasting, it can rewire and to bring balance back to our body. So it's able to just go back to how it's supposed to be. And of course, I have to stress this, that healthy eating will always be prioritized. If you go out to eat, always choose for food that are nutritious, because definitely the vitamin and minerals and the food itself will benefit you way more than processed food. Okay? And you can snack when necessary, not snack like every other time. Okay? And to ensure a person is nutritionally sufficient. This is very important for success. Okay, you don't want to be malnourished by the end of it. So this is how intermittent fasting can help us to achieve this. Okay, so if supplements, we combine them together with fasting, it can give us a really incredible anti-aging solution. It can help to overall elevate our quality of life. Okay, so let's put everything together. I know I spoke a lot just now. So just to make things easier for you to remember by end of today, here are a few points. So we have learned extensively how fasting and supplements give us the best combination for overall health and well-being. And you may adopt 4-4-12 or 16-8 based on your personal suitability. Different people have different health tolerances, so go in which suits you. Okay, so feel great no matter what will be the base in which you'll be practicing on. So you can build on top of it with whatever supplements that seem fit, and depending on your specific target need, you can do your own customization. And I received a lot of questions over these past few weeks about what supplement to take, if I am on fasting, how should I go about it? So just to give you this ground rule is that supplements is highly recommended to take as you break your fast. Meaning to say when you're eating, okay, after you eat, your meal, you eat your supplement. So all powdered supplement, it doesn't matter, collagen, fly fiber or whatever, is best to take during your food time. Means after food, you take it and don't take while fasting. Okay, the only thing you can take during fasting is Unimate and chlorophyll. So both of these will not break your fast. Other than that, all these best to take, as you break your fast, the eating window. So as for capsule and tablets, you may take during fasting time. So I have verified all this information with the science team. they say capsule and tablets, they will not do anything to our fasting and they won't break it as well. So you may take this on an empty stomach, depending on which type of supplements that you're taking. All right. So, okay. So there's a good 30 minutes. I think I'm on time. I hope I didn't talk too fast. All right. So, yes, now is a session of Q&A. So if you have any questions regarding supplements or things like that, you may feel free to drop in a question. Okay. All right. So looks like we have a question in already. Okay. Let's look into it. Okay. So Mr. Sun An Puan. All right. I need to say the full name. What is the difference between Bioreshi Vietnam coffee and Bioreshi coffee? Actually, the main difference is the type of coffee bean that we use. Vietnam coffee, of course, is made in Vietnam, is roasted in a different way, so it gives a stronger kind of fragrance. So depending what is your flavor palette when it comes to coffee, so it definitely has a more robust taste. And of course, our Malaysia, the Malaysia coffee is more of like a Malaysian taste. Give us that kind of white coffee, that kind of thing. But in terms of nutritionally, they don't differ much, and both of them also do have that the Ganoderma mushroom, for immune benefits. So yeah, they do have that active ingredient. So now you have two options finally in Malaysia. Okay. All right. So do we have Enjuvenate in Malaysia? Well, I really hope we can bring it in. Okay, many people have been asking us this question, but due to some of the ingredients that are not in the in their pharmacies list, okay, it's not in there. So basically, we can't bring it due to some of those regulatory issues. Yeah, but yeah, we are hoping things can change one day. Okay, so what is your suggestion on time frame for 18/6 with taking Enjuvenate? So my suggestion is after you eat, okay, best is after dinner. After dinner, then you take your Enjuvenate. I think that's the best time. If you would allow, if you can tolerate with another additional hour in between. Okay, so after your meal, maybe you can rest for like a good 30 minutes, then after that you take Enjuvenate. So after that, most likely you'll be ready, your body will be trying to slow down, and then that few hours gap, the effects will kick in already, so that it will help to give you a more relaxed body and you can sleep well. So best is to after dinner, then you take it. Yep. Correct. Yep. 8 then 12. Yeah, works. Okay. So yeah. So looks like not a lot of questions today. All right. But that's fine. If you can't think of anything, or if you have some other questions that come later in the day, you know my email, you can always send me an email, and I'll be more than happy to let you know. Okay, so thank you very much everybody for your time today. So just to let you know, we are very excited. Soon in October, we'll be having our recognition, our own SMIV recognition. So we'll be releasing more information on that soon. But we'll be heading to Singapore, okay, to do that. So make sure you tune in, and we're going to be having a very exciting time. So thank you very much once again. I really appreciate all of you here today, and I hope that Feel Great has been, building up momentum for you. Okay, so thank you everybody. Enjoy doing this. So see you very soon. Okay, very, very soon. Bye. Have a great night.